who knows people in the graphic arts always suggests a MacBook or a Mac. Do you realize that everything digital that's done well is done on a PC?
Is it actually?
Photoshop?
Done better on PC.
Absolutely. Why? Because you have a lot, like a range of like ways to configure your software.
Yeah.
As well as like anything to do with like 3DS. Like when you used 3ds Max.
It was on PC.
It was on PC. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So 3D, digital, trust me. It's just
There's a lot more stuff you can get on the Windows than you can get on the Mac.
Exactly. Macs are pretty and like you can use it for like, you can use it a little bit for like, what's it called? Like maybe like Illustrator, like some kind of design, but like if you want to do like legit like digital broadcasting,
bro, even the studios that back at school, they're all Windows.
That's what I'm saying. They're all Windows. Exactly. So that's why.
I got caught up in the pretty back in the day when I was young and dumb.
I'll never till this day own an Apple product. From my Samsung S7 to my laptop, never would I ever own a Mac product or Apple product. You know how I get music?
How?
YouTube to MP3, baby. Nobody has iTunes.
I hear this guy.
Don't know. Anyways, the game's gonna start soon. Let's get this going. I'm off the cuff. I don't write scripts. Maybe we should probably shut down the line, but
bro, I just put the points just so we can freestyle off of that after. All right, so welcome. This is we don't have an official name, but we'll let you decide. We came up with two things: is either the Redzone roundtable,
yes, sir,
BT Sports podcast. Put in the comments wherever you're watching this, what name would you prefer? Or if you have a better name, you can give us a better suggestion. We'll give it a consideration. But let's introduce ourselves. I am Brandon, the Brandon Andrew. Some of y'all may know me. I live in Toronto. I love sports. And my guest, he can introduce him. Not my guest, my partner.
I don't talk about guests. Disclaimer, no provocative language. We're just going to throw that out there.
Yes.
But yes, as my fellow partner in crime, Brandon has said, this is BT Sports or Red Zone Roundtable or a name we don't know yet. Still, people are going to give us a name. So drop in the comments a like as well as idea of a name for this conversation, this roundtable, if you will. My name's Timothy for Ben Rose to be specific.
Big T,
some call me. You know what I mean? Also,
as you can see, he's a Saints fan over there. I'm a Patriots
we gotta fan. Are we gonna talk about our football history or like our football experience? Or just a little bit, just a paragraph of how we got into football, what position we play, all that jazz.
I first got into football back in. I watched here and there from like the 2001 to like the 2008 time, but I always knew I was a Patriots fan. I love seeing the Patriots. Every time I anytime I watch football, it's always where's the Patriots? When the Patriots play. Coincidentally, my dad is a Judge fan.
So you guys hear that? He's not a Patriots bandwagon. He's been with the Patriots.
I've been with
before they were good.
Oh, while they were before Brady was considered a GOAT, essentially. Well, yes.
So what position do you play?
I played in high school back in grade 11. Oddly enough, like going into like playing, I was always a receiver. Like anytime we play out in the courtyard and thing, I'd always be a receiver. But you'll never guess where they had me playing back when I was in high school. I was playing outside linebacker.
What?
Now, mind you, right now I weigh about 175, but I probably weighed around 155 back in high school.
That's even worse.
You can imagine an outside linebacker at 155 pounds. See how well that team went.
I understand. I get it. Yeah. Is that it? Or should I go?
Yeah, but I still play a little bit of football. I'm on a flag football team now. So
Shouts out.
yes, that was you dogs. You already know.
Thousand years gets mad. I guess I should go. Obviously, big time sports fan. Every sport in general, or mostly like sports that are physically active. Nobody's talking about curling. But
So are
I
you
got into
into
football.
MMA?
Pardon?
Are you into MMA or?
Oh, of course, standard, bro.
Okay,
Israel
okay.
Adesanya, the Nigerian champion right now. Big MMA fan. Big MMA fan.
Yeah.
But football, strictly speaking, American football. I started playing, or I got into it when I started playing in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So you were actually into it before me, but I got into it when I was playing high school. Like I seen it like earlier.
Yeah,
Obviously watched it on
but you didn't
TV, but
really
like it
pay
wasn't
much
anything big.
mind to yeah.
It wasn't anything big, but like when I started playing high school football, like in grade 10, was when I personally actually got so more invested into it.
Mm.
And like I never had a
How big
team,
were
but
you
like I
back in
just
high school?
pardon?
How big were you in high school?
Oh, I was disgusting. I was 130.
Oh, were
130 to
you lean
140.
muscle? Lean muscle?
I'm African, so it was all muscle. It
Okay.
was muscle. It was very, very lean muscle. But like I used to play running back, so the coach like I tried to play wide receiver, realized I had bricks for hands and can't catch. So don't expect any scat back receiving from me. I was more like the I
A
was more like
thumper.
this
You were a
the
thumper.
who? The
You were a
thumper,
thumper. Okay.
exactly. But like a thumper at like 140 is going nowhere. But the only
Mm-hmm.
thing the coach liked about me is that I never got injured. So I think I lost more yards than I ever gained in like the 3 years of football. It was terrible. But I was mad durable. So like it'd be like I'd get a first down, then I'd lose 10. I'd get another
Oh
first down, I'd
my.
lose 5.
Oh
Our O
my.
line was pretty trash.
Oh,
But I still
they're
love
high
it.
school kids, so you can't really expect much, especially since you know those Americans they tend to be bigger out there than they are here. Like, you see
And
some
bro,
grade 9 kids that look like they are in college.
Bro, honestly, and that just actually just reminded me. I feel like a sixth segment we're gonna add down the line is like our own like high school football moments or like things that we remember from high school,
Yeah.
like maybe like outstanding moments. Because like I remember how small our team was, and like when we would go outside of Brampton to play teams in like Toronto or like
Mm-hmm.
Mississauga, or like farm boys from like Orangeville and like Northern Ontario,
Yeah.
how much bigger a human being can be in grade 10. It was, let's just say, me being 140, I was one of the bigger people on my team. That's all I'm gonna say. I was one of the bigger people on my team. So it was
Wow.
disgusting. It was
Wow.
disgusting.
So
But being durable, I kind of survived all 3 years, and like that's why I just loved the sport. I love the intensity, love I guess I still love obviously soccer, being an African. But
oh,
the
you're a
one thing I
soccer
love so much
first
about
guy. Huh?
the one thing I love so much about American football is that it is the most team-oriented sport. And we're gonna get into the teams, the NFL teams down the line, but like I just love the fact that everyone relies on everybody else. And
Definitely.
the team, as Brandon said, is the Saints. When I started watching football, obviously getting into it, I started like doing research on all these teams, and then I found out about Hurricane Katrina. We all knew about Hurricane Katrina, but I never knew how it had affected the New Orleans. And then I read through the story and how I realized that the Superdome was basically like the haven or the safe haven for people who were displaced in New Orleans. So like the Saints team was kind of like a symbol of like revitalization for that city. Ever since
Yeah.
then, became a Saints fan, became a Drew Brees fan, ready for that Super Bowl. Who that, baby? It's been 10 years, but we're still going strong. It's who that every year. Every year is who
I
that.
could go on and on about the Saints and their lack thereof of success since that one championship.
Yeah, we all can.
That's for a later time. But essentially, this we're just gonna be talking a lot about football. Hopefully, we get some uploads once a week. We put them out. You can give us our feedback. We're trying to learn. Or we will be getting better. This is a learning experience for the both of us. So hopefully you guys stick along and you follow us on this journey, and we'll see where it goes from there. But as we're gonna get into this, R.I.P. to Gale Sayers.
Yes, sir.
He's Chicago Bears. He played in he was like during the black and white times actually. Yeah. I'm looking at it. He played. When did he play? 1965 to the 71.
Yeah. So this is like he was like, I guess you could say like the outstanding like Chicago Bears runner
Yeah.
before there was a Walter Payton. So
Yeah.
we're talking about like the ground and pound, and like there's one image that I always remember about Gale Sayers was like I feel like he was the first hurdler, like the first person to like just hurdle people running down
He was
the
a
field.
quick
So
boy. He was quick.
oh, for sure,
He was a,
for
like
sure, for sure.
a lot of people compare him. He kind of played like how Barry Sanders played.
Yeah, a lot smaller. Like the body type is smaller because he's like one of those. Like his size, like you always remember his pads were way bigger than his actual body.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he was no Eric Dickerson. He wasn't because even what's his name was small, but like he was compact. Barry Sanders, but this guy was like thin and small, and he was a running back. So
Yeah.
he kind of gave hope for all the mini guys running down the field. That's pretty crazy.
Definitely. 5-time All-Pro, 4-time made the Pro Bowl. And he made it into Hall of Fame. Finished with 4,956 yards on 5-yard attempts. He had it was short, but he made his impact. So R.I.P. Gale Sayers.
Rest in peace, absolutely.
Yeah. But speaking of running backs, I noticed Saquon.
Oh mercy. First topic.
These injuries. He's not the only person who got injured. Is there a list of injuries that are around the league right now? Like I know Nick Bosa, he was down.
Yeah. If you just go to like the NFL Network, they'll definitely the NFL website. They'll show everybody who's listed. But off the top, I know Richard Sherman's injured.
Yeah, he's on IR.
He's on IR. We have my boy, Michael Thomas, high ankle sprain. They've said that he's going to be out for several weeks. I guess we'll go into.
Did they give a definitive time?
No, they haven't. We know he's not going to be playing against Green Bay this coming Sunday, but he's definitely not. He's on the. They haven't put him on IR yet because like once you've been put on IR, it means you have to miss a maximum of about 3 games. So they haven't put him on IR yet. So we're hoping and as a Saints fan, I don't want them to rush him back because we all know how dangerous a high ankle sprain can be, affecting like your cutting, your transitioning.
Just your motion,
your motion, exactly. So that's another one.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Did you see his injury?
I missed it.
It didn't look as bad because like he stood up right at, like he didn't like it wasn't like somebody collided into him. It was I think it was his leg or what it was, but like from what the action looked like, the person had like dragged him from behind and he got on one knee, so the play was dead. So he was just basically like hobbling.
So he probably tweaked it or something while he was trying to stay up. That makes sense.
He's trying to scramble. Yeah.
Who else? I know Le'Veon Bell. He's dealing with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, jeez. We got
Kittle. He was out for a bit as well.
Well, let's be honest. Le'Veon Bell, injured or not injured, the Jets aren't going anywhere. I don't know why anyone would be like T's and P's, thoughts and prayers are with Le'Veon Bell and his injury, but like
he's stuck there though.
Jets are dead. Okay, they're dead.
He's stuck. As soon as Jamal Adams left, like we knew like there was no hope for them. Like,
bro, you have Dan Arnold last year saying that he sees ghosts when he was playing.
That was during the Patriots game.
That was during the Patriots games.
Ooh.
And when like think about it this way, like they always say the quarterback is like the captain of the team. We all know the as a captain, but like I always believe that a team can only go as far as a quarterback can. Like you have the Broncos in 2015 who were unreal in the defense, and obviously Peyton Manning has credibility, so like he may not be able to throw down the field, but he can rely on a stout defense. But if a quarterback is telling you that he is not up to the task or he's seen ghosts when they're calling him, I don't know. I personally don't think the Jets are going anywhere. Maybe that's a topic we can put down the line. What
Yes.
do the Jets need to do to go over?
They need to get rid of that coach for stuff, because you can't have Jamal Adams saying, "Oh, you're not that good a coach," and now you guys are struggling to win. Like, oh my goodness.
100%, 100%. Who else? Who got
You said Byron Jones as well.
Byron Jones? He got an Achilles. So
Oh,
his groin in his Achilles.
yikes!
He's been I think they put him on IR. I'm just going down the list. Let's go to somebody who's important. Josh Lambo.
Kicker. Yeah, that's
Kicker.
important.
That's gonna be a bad.
Tyrod Taylor. What do you think of that whole story with the?
Oh yeah. Oh my. Okay. So I don't think anybody is actually like stressing how serious this is.
Mm-hmm.
The man got his lungs punctured. Like, I don't know. Last time I checked, people die from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, obviously, they give you the agreement that you have to sign saying, okay, if you go through this procedure, this is the possible thing that's gonna happen. But like, you can't just rule out. I guess you can't just rule out what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? A doctor's mistake. The man punctured Tyrod Taylor's lungs. Like, obviously, he couldn't play, so they ruled him out. Yes, just like I feel like the reason it was downplayed was because of how Justin Herbert played.
Yeah.
Like if he played trash and like they got blown out, everybody would be like, "Yo, we needed Tyrod Taylor." But because Herbert played so well, I feel like they were like, "Yeah, well, like that coach, the doctor should be fired." Personally speaking, I feel
was
like
it a team doctor?
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Like it was because he gave him the what's it called shot. I don't know what they call it, but like the one that goes through your spine.
Conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. I ain't say nothing. Yo, whoever is watching this, I ain't say nothing. I did not say
draft pick, Tyrod Taylor, black quarterback. What?
Yo, what are you talking about? Like, what I don't know. Well, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
I just want to throw that out there. I feel like it was foul play by the team, and that medical staff needs to be fired. Personally speaking, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I didn't know he was a medical staff, but like, if he wasn't careful, like, if I'm driving a truck and I, I'm supposed to be delivering cargo, and I accidentally hit somebody, like, on the road. I'm gonna receive repercussions for that? No, I'm gonna receive even if I didn't intend to do that. Like, I'm gonna receive repercussion. This is somebody's life. You went to school for. Like, you gotta be more careful. Can't be like, oh, like that's my mistake. Like, that's just something you should know. Like, that should be ingrained. Like, so I agree. There should be charges. Like.
Yeah, exactly. It says that was the pregame report. I just went on the NFL website. Yeah, it was a team doctor punctures QB's lungs before game. Like, even if you just read that out, like, just imagine if it was. What I'm saying is like I always say, if we want to be fair, if we want to protect the shield, as they say, imagine if it was Tom Brady that happened to.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. Imagine if that was Drew Brees that happened to.
Oh,
punctured his lung.
Out of there. That dude is out of there.
That's all I'm saying. So I know. Obviously, I hope this guy gets back. They say like obviously it was a needle, so it wasn't like a rib punctured his lung, so it will heal. And like it's not like he's fearing for his life or anything, but just things you got to be careful about because he couldn't play, obviously. But I'm not gonna lie. What's his name? Justin Herbert's performance was pretty spectacular. To be honest.
The fact that he didn't know before the game, man, it's like he just went in and did what he had to do. Exactly. He went toe-to-toe with the reigning Super Bowl champion MVP. So the fact that he was able to go punch for punch, hey.
That's ball. And his first touchdown was his first drive was a touchdown that he scored. Yeah. So I respect that.
So like, we'll see. Like like, do you think they should go back to Tyrod? I heard they were gonna go back to him, but it's like.
See the thing. Honestly, I think so. because you have to give somebody an opportunity until they prove it on the field that they can perform. Yes, I know we all know the Chargers lost their first game, but like, oh no, they won their first game.
They won the first.
No, they won their first game. Yeah, they're 1-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They won their first game. So technically speaking, he hasn't done anything on the field this season that merits that he shouldn't play.
Yeah. Plus, like Anthony Lynn, I remember he was reading about, or I was reading him say that, like, there were certain things that Herbert wasn't capable of doing that Tyrod was going to be able to do. Like, he's saying there's a lot of things that was left on the table that we didn't see. So if that's how he sees it, then that's how he sees it until Tyrod proves that he shouldn't be out there. Like, you chose him to start the season. Let him do his thing.
And you won. You won the first game. Exactly. So, and the thing is, like, Justin Herbert, like, yes, he's gonna fall into that category of the Trevor Lawrence, the Kyler Murray, where like they're talented. Like, let's not get it twisted. They're talented, but people don't stay in the NFL for just talent alone. Like, talent goes away within the first 2 seasons. Like, look at Lamar Jackson. Guy developed an arm because he couldn't just run on the field forever, and now he's literally throwing touchdowns. And he throws more touchdowns than anything else. So you gotta
like he says that when he drops back, he's not looking to run. He's looking to pass first before he's looking to make the run. It's just that he's so good at running. It's like, oh, man, like, how do you stop it? But, like, every time he drops back, he's looking to pass the ball.
That's very true. And it's so disgusting the way that guy throws the ball. It's like
his throwing motion is so weird, bro. Like, he's throwing, like, sidearm. Like, it's just
he throws frisbees.
Yeah.
He throws frisbees at people. Yeah. I've been watching the Frisbee League for some strange reason. And I'm like, this is all, like, all these people could be Lamar Jacksons. Because, like, he throws, like, I remember, like, most of his throws, those short intermediate routes, he throws to, like, Mark Andrews and all the other tight ends. It's literally just, like, he whips it right around the offense. The
yes, like, when they're trying to swat it or something. It's like,
exactly. And it goes far.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess everybody's got that throwing motion, but, like, his seems to be working. And I'm so happy that he is proving everyone wrong about, like, the whole, let's just be honest, let's call a spade a spade. This is going to be unapologetic, guys. Whatever. I don't care if you don't like it or not. They wanted a black QB to run and not throw. Let's just break it down.
Well, they said he was supposed to be a receiver, like, or a running back. So, like, he's got a big chip on his shoulder. But speaking of proving people wrong, my guy, Cameron Jarrell Newton.
I don't even like the Patriots.
Listen, let's look at the numbers right now.
Okay.
So far, he's got a 71 completion percentage. He's got 552 passing yards. He's got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But if you look at his rushing yards, he's got at least like 4 rushing touchdowns now. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, he's got 4 touchdowns, 122 yards through 2 games. Is the Patriots thing working? I'll ask you first before I say what I say.
Before you go in? Okay, well, see, this is the one thing, like, obviously we know Bill Belichick, a.k.a. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's obviously a defensive-minded coach, and, like, that's why I am disgusted when people don't give him credit for a lot of those Super Bowl wins. Seahawks, defensive stop. But that's besides the point. What I'm saying is that we know he's covered the defense, but, like, the offensive thing when it comes to him has, like, if you really think about, sorry, that's my phone. If you really think about, like, Tom Brady and, like, how he's been playing over the past years, a lot of it has been, like, matriculating the ball down the field. What I mean is, like, Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, James White, Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, James White, like, take those 3 out.
Tight ends, receivers, and the slot guy.
Yeah, give me deep balls that he act like. Give me deep wide receivers before without including Randy Moss. They've literally never had a serious deep threat. So the reason I'm bringing it up is that
aside from Brandon Cooks, which is from the Saints, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he had. We'll talk. He had his own reasons on the Saints why we let him go, but
because Drew Brees couldn't throw to him downfield anymore.
No, because we won the game and he wasn't getting the ball. We scored like 3 touchdowns and he wasn't getting the ball. He wasn't fitting that vibe. All right, and yes, Drew Brees has never. Last time Drew Brees threw a deep ball was like 2013. Okay, but yet we've somehow been winning. So it's not the only weapon we have. But we're talking about Cam Newton. We're talking about your guy. Cam Newton, the reason why I brought all those stats up is that they don't need him to bomb the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, if we go back to when they went to the Super Bowl, MVP, who was their wide receiver threat?
Ted Ginn. Well,
Ginn.
their best receiver was Greg Olsen, but like specific wide receiver, it was Ted Ginn.
The position that if you Google him on Madden 2015, it would be Ted Ginn Jr. You're really going to say Ted Ginn Jr., who was on the Saints. He's a fast player, but you're really going to say, oh, we got Ted Ginn, we're covered. No. So clearly, Cam Newton can carry the team with short intermediate routes and runs. The only thing that does, though, like, I am worried about is, like they always say, I'm not going to make the cliche, but we're allowed to say one cliche every session. Your best ability is availability. And the man can't run 15 times a game. So
yes.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm down for like that, like that beating you slowly down the field. So Cam runs 10 yards.
Bro, like
yards, but
we keep on forgetting that 2018 year before he was hurt. Before that play by TJ Watt that pretty much mashed up his shoulder. Like just looking at the numbers, like 67%, 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns. Like that was his best year passing the ball. So it's like I'm still trying to figure out why Carolina, like they saw the man get hurt one instant where he couldn't play the season. He's been giving them the best years of his life before then. This is the first year he can't go the season. And they're already like, can't.
With Cam Newton, man, let's just call a spade a spade. After that Super Bowl loss, they were looking for a way to get rid of him. Why? Let's break it down. The way he reacted after the Super Bowl, which I will never blame him for, it's understandable. Yeah. He lost a serious game. 2, the hype behind Cam Newton, the look and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, as a personal fan, I don't care for that. But I don't think the Panthers wanted to go that. Like, think about it this way: they put, was it Kyle Allen?
Yeah, Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. They chose him. Obviously, Cam was injured and like it wasn't, you know what I mean. But like, still, there was so much more faith in him than there ever was in Cam Newton as the years were going by. And the man was sitting sitting unemployed for almost a year before the Patriots picked him up. So I feel like it was more than just his QB play, that they just didn't like Cam the person. And that's what makes his revenge tour so epic, because it was like, this has nothing to do with my quarterback play. This is just because you don't like me and you don't think that I'm good enough to, So he goes to the team that literally, they call him the what's it called? They call him the dark side of the NFL.
The evil empire. The evil
empire of the NFL. He goes to and is now immediately made the captain. What does that mean, that he's immediately made the captain? It means that
the people like him. Like he's a leader on the field there. Like the man just pulled up and like you see he's dancing and chopping it up, having a good time during the practices. And like, remember what Lane Johnson said? Oh, they don't have fun over there. They look like they're having a little bit of fun there.
And, oh my gosh. And that's the thing. It's like, everybody's like, oh man, Tom Brady's always getting chewed out by Bill Belichick. So like all of us have to be like, really quiet. Like there's no fun. I'm like, well, obviously, like I'm literally like, I have nothing against Tom Brady, the player, because he's a savage.
Yeah.
I can't lie. The man has 6 rings. maybe some of those were inflated by the defensive play.
Ah.
Sure. I know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the team helped win those 6 rings.
Yeah.
The moment I realized he was like probably arguably the best quarterback to ever play was the 28-3 Falcons win. Like no one's gonna tell me nothing
Can't take
about Tom
that
Brady.
away from him.
You can't take that away. It's etched in stone. But as I watch him, move, transition, like obviously he's older, so it's a different story. But like as I watch him transition out of the New England Patriots into the Buccaneers, and like I'm just watching how he plays, and like I can imagine people not wanting to play with him, but like, okay, you're good, but like I don't have fun around you, kind of thing. Like, yeah, he's like, you're a good player, you're a great
Are you
player.
saying it's like he is so committed to excellence? If he's here, and like if you don't get to that point, it's almost like he can seem a
little bit,
condescending.
I don't want exactly, and like I don't like we're basically getting into like the Michael Jordan conversation, because that's basically
it's like like we see with N'Keal Harry, the whole relationship between him and Cam. It's like, whereas it was like Brady was like, oh, okay, like I'm your friend, but you have to meet me up here. You have to meet me up here type thing. Whereas with Cam, like Cam is here, but he's willing to come down there and bring him up with him type of thing. Is that what you're going with?
Exactly. That's literally, when I used to work at KFC, when we used to bread the chicken, that's how we did it. You flip it, and then you let it rise together. That's how you do it, bro. I'm telling you. And that's the thing. It's like a rising tide raises all ships. When you rise everyone together, that's when that camaraderie comes. Like, legit, like, think about it this way. Like, obviously, maybe there was a little bit of, like, hype that made them want to make him captain, but, like, this guy was made captain within days. Yeah. What do you think those conversations were like, or like that interactions were like? You know what I mean?
And like they see that, like, because everyone keeps saying he's the first person in the gym and he's the last person out. So it's the fact that they see that he is willing to buy in to how they play. That is like, it's a lot easier to welcome him in.
Exactly. I feel like, and another thing is, I feel like the people they may see themselves in Cam. And like, if you think about it, like, Tom Brady was obviously like also a chip on his shoulder kind of story, right? 6th round draft pick, runs a 7.20, 40-yard.
I don't think it was a 7.20. Was it really? I don't think it was that bad. Come on.
Bottom line, Drew Bledsoe gets injured. He comes in, does his thing, right? Yeah. So, but like, obviously, like that first Super Bowl year, everybody was like, kind of like helping each other get, because it wasn't like he started from the top. He was also at the bottom. But like, obviously, different time has passed. But now with Cam, I feel like they see him as like somebody who has been at the bottom, treated like garbage, but now he's come here with such energy that they rise together, kind of thing. Like you said, even though Cam MVP season was kicked all the way, it's just like literally, like, how people say misery loves company. When you see somebody suffering and you suffer, like, everybody says, oh, Patriots not going to be the same Patriots. Everybody's like, yo, they're expecting nothing from all of us. Let's all, you know what I mean, rise to the occasion.
Yep.
So, and then for Bill Belichick to call you out and say, oh, you're the hardest worker. Has he, be honest, you're a Patriots fan. Did he ever say that about Tom Brady?
He wasn't as vocal. He wasn't as vocal as he'd always be like, oh, yeah, Brady played well. Like, he's been a lot more vocal with Cam than he's been with Brady in recent years. So, which is bananas.
And like, to be honest, I like talk about obviously like the most recent thing. Okay, what have we seen most recently? That New England Seahawks game was like one of the best games. You know how they say like that's the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And the Saints weren't even involved, and I'll admit it. That's one of the best games I've seen both teams play.
What I find whenever the Patriots face the Seahawks, even going all the way back to like 2012, it's always comes down to the last couple minutes of the game. Like that's the closest thing we have to like a AFC and NFC rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like every time they played it, it's always close. Always.
And I gotta say what's called took an L for that one, but that touchdown that Cam scored, no, the touchdown that they stopped, that was
Yeah.
the same touchdown he had scored earlier.
Yes.
It was the same play.
Well, what I think what was supposed to happen, I thought they were gonna have the fullback fly out and do like the same play he did a couple minutes earlier. But if it was supposed to be a run, it kind of looked like he hesitated before he ran, and like he could have even bounced it out. At that point, it would have been one guy to beat, and it's like how many people are tackling Cam by himself and stopping him from getting yards?
If one person tackles Cam, they're tackling him forward. Like, he's not going back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. And yeah, like I feel like they should have just ran up the gut, to be honest. Like if you had Cam in the fullback, or like, oh, obviously it's hard to do that, but like if you had Cam in shotgun position and had the fullback in front of him and just like hammered down right in the middle, I feel like maybe they would have scored that touchdown instead of
have him try and jump over type of thing. Like,
exactly.
But it's like it all. I think it all depended on what they saw from the Seahawks there as well. So they probably were like, oh, if you see this, then go with this play. If you see something else, then this is a really good make. Maybe I don't know. I'm not in that huddle, so I don't know.
Yeah. Hey man, same reason why Pete Carroll decided to call a pass play at the goal line. Like, we don't know. We don't know.
I have zero problem with that. I have zero problem with that. That
Honestly,
worked out for me.
I think it's bananas how like okay, both of those happened. Both of those happened like the 28-3 and like the Seahawks stand, like they both happened while we were both in college, right?
Yeah.
Were they back to back? Because I remember that was 17. Was that 17? No, that was 16.
That was 2015. That was 2015 that happened.
The Seahawks.
Yeah.
And when was the 28-3? I just call it a 28-3 game.
That was in 2017.
That's 2017.
Yeah.
Because okay, the Seahawks is the one I remember. Because when you came back to school that Monday, oh my god.
Oh man.
This guy was like, because I remember your reactions. Like the reason I remember Super Bowl moments is because of your reactions the game after. Because we both experienced New England winning twice. Or 3 times, but like the Rams game is whatever. But like those 2 comebacks are just, it's like, I told you. Because I think I found out they won because of you. Because in 2017, like I legit didn't care. Patriots and Falcons. I don't care about the Falcons, being a Saints fan. So I was like, oh, Falcons are winning, whatever. And I'm literally going back on my phone and I see Brad. Oh man, we could go on. That was I remember that. That was good times.
Shit, moving on though.
But yeah, sorry, we just went on a rant. But yeah, obviously, final thoughts on Cam. I feel like they can survive. They really need a good tight end, and I know we've talked about it before with what's his name from the Eagles.
Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts. Like we've talked about it, but like I truly believe that with a great tight end, Julian Edelman, just don't let this guy run 40 yards down the field. Never again. He feels tough.
He's tired. He is tired, bro. He already looks in mid-season form.
He's dead. He's like hands on the hips, dead. If you just keep him in the slot routes, slants, like
save him for when it matters down the stretch, essentially.
Exactly. So I feel like they're good, man. Just be careful, Cam. I'm praying for him, bro. I really am. I don't. With all these injuries, I do not want to see Cam Newton on an injury.
Yeah. Well, like, look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Drew Brees. That's gonna be a very interesting battle for the NFC South because. First of all, I don't think we can just disregard the Falcons because they're putting up yards. They're just blowing games. Like Matt Ryan still has decent numbers, bro. He has decent numbers. It's just the coaching is like how do you not jump on that ball on the onside kick? How do you not jump on that, bro?
And you know what? Honestly, like, and that's the thing. I wanted to say, like, I feel like football players are so. See, this goes back to Saints, Minnesota Miracle. I feel like football players have been like so ingrained to like do one thing, and like if something doesn't look like what they've practiced, they legitimately freeze and don't like. They basically football players don't know how to improvise. I
Yeah.
realize it's the great ones that actually learn how to
But
improvise.
see, somebody like
I don't know.
Belichick, he would have had his team prepared for something
That's
like
not a
that.
question, of course, of
He
course.
would- so it's like it comes down to the coaching at that point. Is like,
Yeah, and that's
you
exactly.
even called a timeout before that kick. So like how you still allow that to happen? That's
What they saying in the timeouts is my question. It's like, all right, guys,
Oy.
the ball has to cross the 10-yard line before you touch it, and you're just like
That only applies for the kicking team trying
kicking
to
team.
recover. I
Yeah.
don't know. I do not know. But yes, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, they're both in their 40s now. They both still say they got what it's left. So it's like, I look at these numbers. I also saw the game. I saw both of those games. I saw the Saints game afterwards.
Oh, you watched it? I wish you didn't.
Noodle arm. And everything he threw downfield was either too high, it was a drop, or it's just
Hold on, yeah. All right.
Bro, there was even a play where they were in the red zone, and it's like he was getting pressure. It looked like he had to he winced just to get that out of the end zone. I was like, damn, like yo, arm that noodle.
Listen. I'm gonna get your thoughts. We'll go in order. We'll go by age. Tom Brady first. Give me your thoughts on first game and second game, because obviously here are the overreactions. Tom Brady. It's a new season.
He played okay.
Okay.
He played I've seen better Brady games, but like you can still see he's still trying to get with this whole new system, because like it's all over the place. Bruce Arians likes to air the ball out, and Brady is a guy where he likes making the right read, and he'll just slice you up all the way down the field. Like he likes those long 10-yard plays, whereas Arians, he likes to just punch you in the mouth, touchdown here, touchdown there. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. Exactly. Everybody gets a touchdown.
You get a pick. And we get 32 picks from James Smith.
But yeah, so it's like I still feel like the best is yet to come for the Buccaneers, because we also see Fournette is starting to find himself in the offense, and like Fournette, he can hoop. He can't hoop, but he can play football.
He can ball.
he can ball. He can hoop. Maybe. But, he was a 4th overall pick for a reason once upon a time.
Yeah.
So he can run the ball. Like he was one of my favorite running backs out of that draft, aside from McCaffrey.
Bro, why are we saying it like these guys didn't go to the AFC Championship like 3 years ago? Like, the guy's good. I don't know what happened over the past 2 years, but they're good.
Blake Bortles happened.
I mean, Blake Bortles was there too, but like with the defense and Fournette covering Blake Bortles' deficiencies.
Yeah, they were essentially. Right. But Bortles, he didn't have a bad playoff
run. It wasn't a bad QB.
During that playoff run, he didn't turn over the ball, and like that was his main thing. Like he put the ball in danger. Like there was one year he had 35 touchdowns, but he also had 18 interceptions. It's like give or take type of.
Yeah, exactly. You're like they always say, like I really can't like thank you for saving me from a burning house if you were the one that lit the match.
Yes.
Like, what's going on, man?
Yes.
If anything, the least you could do was to pull me out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
but yeah, okay. So
Gronk is he looks washed right now. He looks like just another guy right now. Yeah. I said before, I don't think he had the same impact, but I thought he'd show up here and there in like certain games where it's like, that's a Gronkowski game. But it's like, he also looks smaller. And like we all know this, he was like a freight train when he caught the ball once upon a time. It's like, we'll see. I don't know. OJ Howard, he's still there, but he still has that drop issues.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I see what's the name doing. Like, talk about hamstring injury. What happened to that hamstring injury in game? This guy was balling in game two, Mr. Mike Evans.
He did. He could deal with those guys with a hamstring injury, but Lattimore, those two, Lattimore gets up to play Mike Evans. Let's put it like that. He gets up to play Mike Evans.
Exactly, and that's a conversation we can have for another time. Like deficiencies that I see on our team. You can talk about yours. I can talk about mine, but. Mike Evans, he's a baller. That's not even a question. When he goes against Marshall Lattimore, stymied, doesn't go anywhere.
He has to work for everything.
He has to work for everything.
Because, like, even though he's significantly bigger than Lattimore always plays him tough. He always plays him tough. He's always physical.
And it's never, like, obviously, like, a couple of PEIs, but most of the time, it's clean, what's it called? It's clean, pass breakups. Yeah. And clean coverage, exactly. So I respect that kind of football rivalry. What do you think of their defense, though?
The Buccaneers, that young kid, Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah,
he's small, but like I always see him on the field. I was watching the tape back. He's always around. I think he had 10 tackles this game as a safety.
Yeah, exactly. And the Buccaneers safety is not something I have never respected. In like the 20s.
Yeah, their secondary has been non-existent up until this.
They don't exist. But like that linebacker core now, like just watching those games.
Yeah. Think about it. They got Levante David.
Savage.
He always gets 100+ tackles a year. They got the young Devin White. He's a fast and he hits hard and he wraps up on tackles.
Yeah, he holds on to you. Like there's none of this going for the ball.
He knows how to tackle. Then you have the 2 pass rushers, Shaquille Barrett, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Jason JPP.
And then you have Ndamukong Suh on the line as well.
Who I always forget this guy's on this team.
Vita Vea, he's a very good run stopper. So they got guys in that front seven. Kind of when you like, here's the thing. You could have a good secondary that'll help out with the pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
That's, the pass rush isn't that good, but having the secondary that allows the pass rush a couple more seconds to get home to the QB. Yeah. But when you have an elite front seven, they benefit that secondary a lot more than an elite secondary benefits. Average pass rush. So
100%. Think about and that's the thing is like, man, honestly, if I was a QB, if I'm not QB, but if I was like organizing my team and I'm like honestly like going out for getting draft picks, I'm like, I am stocking up on my pass rushing team, on my my front seven. Because think about it this way, I could have the greatest.
They're the first line of defense.
Exactly. I could have Jalen Ramsey. I could have Stephon Gilmore. I could have Brian Dawkins. You know what I mean? On my secondary, as my DBs. But if my quarterback has 40 minutes to throw, if the opposing quarterback has 40 minutes to throw the ball, bro, it's gonna be all PIs. It's all pass interference, and the team's gonna get the ball, right? If you can stop the quarterback, if you give him like a second less to actually hold on to the ball, think sacks, throwaways, maybe
that's what we saw. That's what we saw with the Broncos when they won. They had an elite front seven and an elite secondary. So it's like you have to get the ball out, but then it's like, Akeem Talib, big 6. Chris Harris block. Like
what do we say?
Or you hold on. Von Miller strip sacking.
That's what I was looking for.
DeMarcus Ware was on that team too.
Yes. Oh my God.
That team was dirty. Like,
what did
Brady didn't beat that team. Brady didn't beat that Denver team. He lost to them twice that year.
And you know what happened in the Super Bowl? First touchdown. What are we saying? What are we saying? The man, I love my boy Cam Newton, but he was finished that game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's his name was a monster in that game, man. He was a monster in that game.
The Buccaneers, the defense, they're the ones who are really holding it down for that team right now.
Yeah, so 100%.
The offense is still trying to figure things out under Brady.
Which makes sense because, do you think it's easier for a defense to click than an offense when you have such a break and is it easier to adjust on defense or on offense when people are new, like new pieces are coming in, especially with the quarterback?
It could depend, just because like if they're on a team that does like a lot of zones and like different type of zones where it's like somebody has an assignment and if you miss that assignment, that could lead to a touchdown. So in that aspect, it could be, you could say it's around the same as opposed to like a receiver who runs the wrong route. Like let's say like we saw in the Saints game where Mike Evans went towards the middle and he stopped on the play, but Brady thought he was gonna keep on going. That led to the pick by, who was it, Marcus Williams?
Marcus Williams, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like both where if they're not on the same page, it can be tricky. But...
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like there's the good and bad for each because like obviously with somebody like Tom Brady coming in. Funny enough, he's still throwing picks, but he's not giving the ball. He's not like, come on, 3 picks, 2 games. Let's do something about this. But he's not giving the ball away as much, and you have a guy like Fournette who can get you yards. But at the same time, you have moments where Mike Evans, like you said, doesn't connect, and the other pass, I forgot which player it was, but Jack.
It was a nobody, but apparently it was a screenplay, but he threw away from the screen and. Jack Rabbit saw it and he bid on it.
It's a quick out. They ran that a couple of times and he had seen that. But another a perfect example, speaking of the Saints, of where like defenses, if there's still time to adjust, is if you look at Malcolm Jenkins. They brought in Malcolm Jenkins to be a leader in the secondary, to basically watch over like the back end of the secondary, not really to be tackling linebackers. This guy was destroyed the game against the Las Vegas Raiders, because the man is older in age. He can't tackle as hard, but he can pick. You know, he can intercept the ball. So when you have him lined up against linebackers, he's getting wet. He's not linebackers, tight ends. Yes. He's getting destroyed. So like that was something that they have to adjust to. You know what I mean? They seen him play and they realized, okay, we can't have you, going up against linebackers. You have to be more for coverage. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you're right. Like it goes both ways. You have to be able. But the thing is, you have to be able to address that quickly. I mean,
they didn't have much in-person OTAs. They didn't have preseason.
Yeah.
So
neither did the Chiefs. Or the Ravens.
Well, the Chiefs didn't really lose much. So the Chiefs really didn't lose much. So they already knew what they were working with there.
If anything, they gained.
But what I'm saying, though, back to the Buccaneers, I feel like once, like, Fournette, because we're seeing he's starting to inch his way into, like, the main back on that team. Once he starts getting going, it's going to mean that defenses are going to have to start stacking the box, which means people like Mike Evans, who he excels in single coverage. You see what Chris Godwin does, that it's going to start opening things up for them. So, like I said, we'll see how well the Bucs are playing from week 1 as opposed to around week 8.
Yeah. How do you think like for example, like I'm looking at like if you look at like who are the tests? Like I'm gonna admit it, like who are the tests in the NFC and the AFC for like individual teams? Like for the Buccaneers, who do you think are the tests in the NFC versus in the AFC? Who are your tests? So
let me see who they face.
Because like that's who you really need to be ready for.
I think they're gonna get up to play the Packers. I think the Saints, obviously, Rams. Who else? Yeah, like the Saints, the Packers, and the Rams.
They don't have the Seahawks?
They don't have the Seahawks.
Oh, that's a dodgy bullet, fam.
Yeah, they don't have the Seahawks. But they do face the Chiefs at the end of November. So that could be a potential Super Bowl preview.
Yeah. The reason I ask is that, like, you don't have to have everything together to play the Panthers. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You don't have to have, like, I love my boy Teddy Bridgewater, but you don't have to have it all clicking. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to like those tests, that's when you can say that is this team a playoff caliber or not. You know, you're not going to know, like, even against Drew Brees and the Saints, the first game, that's not going to tell whether each of them are playoff calibers. Because as we can see, one lost to the Raiders and the other one beat the Panthers, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, their first like serious game, like against any of those playoff contenders, is going to be like either we have to click by then, or this team is just going to be, we have a long way to go kind of thing. So I don't want to hear any excuses for Tom Brady when he plays against the Packers. Wait, who's their next game?
Their next game is against the Broncos. They face the Broncos, then they face the Chargers, then the Bears, then the Packers.
Those are dubs. They
should be. You have to put the should be there.
Should be. I guess you're right. Yes.
That's
what I'm saying, because Bears, how much faith do we have in Mitchell Trubisky? None. None.
Yeah, I say Packers, the Saints again, the Rams, the Chiefs. Those are like all the big games that they're gonna have to be mindful of.
True. Yeah, so
it's a relatively easy schedule. They face the Lions. They face the Giants.
And everybody else is an NFC South game, right? Carolina twice. What's it called? Do they face the Cowboys?
Nah, they don't face the Cowboys.
Yeah, Falcons twice. Saints. The Saints are literally the only one that's going to.
And they face the Vikings.
Kirk Cousins. If I die, I die. Kirk Cousins.
Well, so I'm gonna ask you, who so far through 2 weeks, who do you think is the MVP frontrunner?
Well,
I know who I got. I'm going with Russell Wilson.
Mr. Unlimited.
Oh my God. That's never gonna be a thing. It's never gonna be.
I'm gonna start making T-shirts. You gotta say it like that. Unlimited. Bro, say what you will about this man. He is a weapon on the football field. He not only scrambles, he not only throws deep, what more do you want from a quarterback?
Yep. He's really coming to his own. And teams are finally giving him that respect. Because years past, we never really thought of him as an MVP candidate, mainly because he was with the Legion of Boom. So it was like it was always, when you think Seattle, Legion of Boom, it was never Russell Wilson. But now, as they disbanded, it's now, Russell Wilson.
As they disbanded, more like as they lost that Super Bowl.
We don't talk about that. I am perfectly fine with that.
Patriots fans talk about it all the time. Seahawks, on the other hand, keep that in their closet. But funny enough, I actually was watching a podcast with I forgot who it was, but it was Randy Moss and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And apparently, the year that they won against the Broncos, I don't know if it wasn't Pete Carroll, but it was somebody in the organization wanted to call in Randy Moss
to be on the team.
Yeah. But Randy, like they said, bro, whenever you're ready, just come and join us. We're ready. Yeah. And Randy Moss was telling Russell Wilson, obviously, like 5 years later, and Russell Wilson was like, "What, bro? Why didn't you come?" Apparently, Randy Moss didn't believe that like he would put out his best foot because, like, what? This is 2014 or 2015.
It was 2014.
2014.
And he had retired again back in 2013.
Exactly. So he was like, he wasn't like, he was working for like Fox at the time. Yeah. So like, there was no way he could have got, he didn't believe he would put himself to the level where he would be proud of being on the field kind of thing. Yeah. But like, just be on the bench. Randy Moss doesn't have a ring. That's the craziest thing. Like, unbelievable to know that. It's like Larry Fitzgerald.
He had two chances. The one with the Patriots in the undefeated season, and then with the
Vikings.
Niners.
The Niners? Oh, yeah, that's true.
But they lost to Baltimore, Ray Lewis's last year.
Yeah. Fire. The electricity. They lost the electricity.
Yeah.
That would have been sick if Kaepernick won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's crazy how life just spiral down after that.
Oh man.
Honestly.
But yeah, Russell Wilson, I think Kyler Murray you can put into that early
Yeah,
MVP.
yeah. That's true. Okay, yeah, we haven't even gone through the list. Okay, we'll explain why after, but like, yeah, so Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, guaranteed. Um, with Kyler Murray for sure. I don't want to stick to with only QBs. Bro, offensive or defensive or just
Both.
like overall?
Both.
The things I'm seeing from Aaron Donald.
Has there ever been like a defensive player to like win
No.
MVP?
No.
Never.
Not that I recall, at least. Not that I
Yo,
recall. Top 100.
whoever is listening to this, is there an NFL player
Oh yeah, true.
or a defender who's ever won MVP?
If they have, please leave that in the comments or like just put a shout out or give us a link because I don't remember a defensive player actually winning. Nah, I don't think so. I don't know.
Has Lawrence Taylor won it? Did Lawrence Taylor win an MVP before? I feel like he'd be like if there ever was a defensive player who won MVP, it would be Lawrence Taylor.
Went to MVP.
Yes, he did. He won 86. That makes sense. You don't hear about it often, though. That's the thing.
No, yeah, you're right. Lawrence Taylor, 1986 linebacker. That's crazy, though. Because obviously, like, think about when people think about MVP, they think about the most
offensive players.
They're thinking about offensive player, and they're thinking of quarterback. Let's be honest. Like, Peyton Manning's won it 5 times, and the most recent is Lamar Jackson. What do they both have in common?
Quarterbacks.
Exactly. So, like, think about how dominant Lawrence Taylor had to. Like, Lawrence Taylor, didn't they say it in the movie? Lawrence Taylor made the, what's it called? The, what you call position, like,
the linebacker position. And left tackle. The left tackle.
Made the left tackle position the most, like,
if you didn't have a left tackle, you weren't beating that guy.
It wasn't happening. Bro, like, and I guess that's where, what's the name? Bill Belichick loves defense so much. But, like, Lawrence Taylor, just imagine.
Because he coached Lawrence.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yo, and do you remember that game, Blitz the League? Did you ever play that game?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yo, dude, that's how I figured out who Lawrence Taylor was. And I was like, who is this guy? Googled him, found out everything. Bro, what a weapon. So, yeah, Aaron Donald, I just seen the video.
I think he could be the next defensive player to win an MVP. I feel like he could be that one.
The question is, does your playoff run has to count, though? Like you have
they don't count it, though. They never count it.
No?
They never count the playoff performance in the MVP.
I guess it's just a season then?
It's a season. It just so happens that people who are in the playoffs are the ones who win the MVP.
That's true. I know because from what I'm seeing so far, I think he's
because they gave it to Lamar Jackson and he was a first round exit.
Yeah.
He's a one and done. So
one and done. Met the buzzsaw that was the Titans. Who else? Who else do you think? Anybody? Wide receivers? Well, wide receivers haven't really showed out. But
running backs. I don't know.
I'm thinking what's name's gonna win both. If you think about Rookie of the Year, I feel like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is gonna win that.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know. I think Joe Burrow. He's looking.
Oh, I forget the Bengals are a team.
Yeah.
That's true.
He could be a thing that turns them around. I don't think they're gonna be good this year, but like in years to come.
If they go 8-8,
that's a win for them. That's a win.
Yeah, that's a win for them. 100%. If they win more than 3 games, it's a win for them.
Definitely.
Because like the last 2 games, those were winnable games. Like even up against
the Browns.
Yeah, they lost to the Chargers. It was the Chargers that they lost to, right? Yeah, even against Tyrod Taylor. I literally obviously I was rooting for the homeboy Tyrod to come back do his thing, but like he could have. That was a last minute drive if it wasn't for the hamstring of our kicker, Bullock. And there was nothing wrong with his leg. As soon as he saw that ball go wide right, I hit you with that Peter Griffin, fam.
Even if it's not hurting, you have to make it.
You have to hold it. Because then you just drove down the field.
Nobody's gonna let you live it down unless you're hurt.
both hamstrings. Both hamstrings.
And he's
holding only one.
How convenient.
Facts.
How convenient.
But yeah, and then against Baker Mayfield, I'm just gonna go out and say it. This is totally unapologetic. People, just tell me how your thoughts are on Baker Mayfield. I do not like this man. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's his presence. I don't want him to win. And I feel sorry for Odell because I like Odell. I like Jarvis Landry. I love their running backs.
Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Savages.
Yep.
I don't want Baker Mayfield to win. What are your thoughts?
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment. I won't diss him, but I'm not gonna big him up either. I'll just put it like that. I'm indifferent to him right now. No, that's the best I can put it.
And it's crazy because this now more than ever is the time for the Browns to actually make like a playoff berth.
I think they can sneak in. They either right there or they sneak in because there's going to be 3 wildcard spots this year,
which is bananas. We're going how many games this year? 17.
Yeah,
17 games, 3 wildcard spots. Like teams that you've never seen in a while. Like
in a while. Teams you never see in playoffs in a while, you're gonna see.
In a while are coming in. So like I'm really happy for the Browns on that aspect, but I don't know, maybe Baker has to do something for me to like change, but like just his aura hit me different when he first started. So that's the only reason. I woke up feeling dangerous, woke up feeling dangerous. I'm like, who is this guy? Anyway.
So it's almost close to the game. I just want us to get our weekly picks in.
Oh, true.
Tonight,
true.
Who we got? Jaguars or Dolphins?
Mustache versus beard. Leonidas versus who's got a famous mustache? I'm not gonna say Hitler, but whatever. Minshew versus Fitzmagic. Right now, Dolphins have nothing on that team. Nothing.
Scraps.
Sorry, I can you list who?
I only know Tua. Kenyon Pitts with the Cardinals.
And he's not playing. Yeah. He's not playing. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the Minshew Magic of Minshew Mania.
I'm going
with they still have DJ Chark.
I don't think he's playing though. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight. Yeah.
My God. Well, they got a new running back, so he's been doing not too bad. And this will be what? Will they be 2-0? Or this is their second game or their third game?
They'd be 1-1.
Maybe 1-1 if they win. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Guardians they win. Well, Jags have already won.
Yeah, they're 1-1. They'd be 1-1 or 2-1.
Yeah. 2-1 if they win. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going for Jags. I'm saying 25-14.
This guy giving score numbers.
100%. We gotta this is all predictions, baby. We gotta pick our picks and we gotta give our predictions. I'm saying 31. I say Jaguars. 14.
Jaguars. It's a Thursday night. I say 28-21.
28-21.
Yeah.
All right. You're saying Minshew's gonna throw.
I think there's gonna be a defensive score. I think there'll be a defensive score this game.
I buy that.
Next up, Raiders. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say because Fitzgerald only comes clutch in the end of the season, so these are gonna be 2 L's for him.
Yeah. I see. Raiders versus Patriots.
Raiders versus Patriots. Come on, is Cam still Superman?
31-24.
31-24. Yeah. I'll tell you this. Other than Jonathan Abrams,
Lamar
Raiders defense is dead. The only reason the reason why they destroyed
they don't have a pass rush.
They don't have a pass rush.
Cam Newton's going to have bare time to do whatever he wants.
He's going to have not just to throw. He's going to have so many yards to run because those guys aren't stopping him. I don't know. I'm good with 31-17. I'll go 31-17. 31-17.
I feel like the Patriots secondary, they're going to want to bounce back from the last game. They're going to shut down Carr.
For sure.
Most of those points are going to be off the strength of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But like I was gonna say, like, how are the Patriots run stoppers, like run defense?
I feel like they're weaker on the run stop than they are in the pass.
I've always felt Belichick has always hated people who run the ball. So they're mostly like, it's hard to score multiple touchdowns as a running back, like 2 or 3. So you're right. You're probably just gonna be like 2-point scores by them. I don't think what's name's gonna throw a single touchdown. I don't think Derek Carr's gonna throw a single touchdown because like the Saints made Darren Waller look like a Super Bowl MVP that game. And
I forgot about Darren Waller.
No, trust me, Darren Waller, like he's not as good as you think he is. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 touchdowns from Josh Jacobs, and it's gonna be 14-31 or 31-14.
31-14. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Chicago Bears versus Atlanta Falcons.
Bears and Falcons.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Bottoms of the NFC. I wish both of them could go 0-0. End the game with is a tie. Falcons are probably gonna win. Falcons are winning. Trubisky's finally meeting a quarterback who's better than him.
Let's see. Khalil Mack's questionable. Let's see. Julio's still dealing with that injury, the hamstring injury.
Yeah. Did he get that injury before he missed that pass, or was that after?
I don't know. I didn't watch all of the game. I didn't watch all the games. I just I came back and I saw he was kind of like hobbling, but I wasn't sure if it was before the catch. But I'll go Falcons on this.
I'm gonna go Falcons. They're gonna want to win the game, and just if I go on quarterback strength alone, like let's be honest, the Falcons did lose that game because of Matt Ryan. Like as much as I don't like the Falcons, Matt Ryan balled out that game, but Falcons D couldn't do anything. But I feel like off the QB alone, Falcons are gonna win that game.
Oh, so just because Matt Ryan's better than Trubisky, that's why. Okay,
1,000%. He can do his job better than Mitchell Trubisky can.
Yeah.
And all the Falcons have to do is just be competent at playing defense. That's all I think. What about you?
Yeah, I say Falcons. 28-17.
28-17, yeah. But they can put up a lot of points though. Look what they did to the Cowboys.
You're right.
A lot of points.
You're right. We'll see. I'm sticking with 28-17.
28-17. I say 30, 34, 36-20.
Okay.
Yeah. Some random numbers, but I'm just throwing it up there.
I'll round it down to 35. So essentially 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Rams versus the Bills. This is a good one. Rams versus the Bills. Stephon Gilmore versus Jalen Ramsey.
More like Jalen pass interference Ramsey. But other than that, Stephon Gilmore is Bills are going to the AFC Championship. Yeah, you heard me say it, bro. Bills are going to the AFC Championship. You heard me say it right now. Bills are going to – that's right. Comment down below how far you think the Bills are going to go. Bills are going to the AFC Championship.
Whoa. Whew. Well, I have the Bills winning this one, but I say it's a close one. I think it comes down to one play.
Yeah, it's probably going to be either a field goal or 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Bills.
I'm going to go with
But Aaron Donald, though. I'm
going to go with 2017 for the Bills.
2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those low scoring games. 2017 is right. Yeah, I'm sticking with that.
You got the Bills.
I don't even like Stephon Diggs, but I just feel like the Bills. Josh Allen. Oh, this guy stiff arming. Was it a linebacker? He stiff arm?
Yeah.
Put him to the ground. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Kyle Van Noy, former Patriot.
Kyle Van Noy. That's your boy.
Yeah.
That's your boy.
Washington football team versus Cleveland Browns.
Against the Browns?
Yeah.
Well, I have to go with Dwayne Haskins. I have to do it with Haskins. Yeah,
I think Chase Young is gonna have a big day.
Yeah,
He might have
player.
A big day. Yeah.
Great player. I'm seeing like shades of what's the name inside of him.
Like,
a little bit of Nick Bosa when he first started.
Yeah,
I really like him. I really like that kid.
I feel like he's gonna be chasing down Baker a lot this game.
Same way that Nick Bosa chased down Baker last season.
Yeah.
Flashbacks of 2019. Yeah. Washington. You going for Washington?
Washington, yeah. I'll go Washington. I'd say 24-14.
24-14.
And that 14 is off the strength of the two running backs.
Yeah. Do you think it was a good decision getting rid of Adrian Peterson?
In hindsight, because they lost, what's the name, Geis?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. In hindsight.
Yeah, seeing it now, I think so. Because if anything, he's number one. He's flourishing in Detroit, and you're seeing these running backs actually get their shine. Because like their running backs ran them back into that game against the Eagles. So I rate it. Yeah, no, I'm thinking 27-20 that game. 27-20. Baker actually can throw bombs.
So you think Odell's gonna get a couple of looks?
Odell's gonna catch Odell's gonna get at least one touchdown.
Okay.
One touchdown or two.
Yeah, I see why you say that.
Well, what's name's probably going to throw an interception. Mm-hmm. That's going to cost them the game. 27-20.
All right.
Baker takes an L. Right. Browns go 1-7, 1-16.
1-2 now. All right. Titans versus Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, that's my boy. I got to go with the King Henry. Yeah, King Henry, baby.
That's another close one. I'm gonna go Titans as well.
The Vikings defense have gotten weaker. I think they got weaker. After what's name put on them, after what Green Bay put on them, I think the Vikings defense got weaker.
Well, that's Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man.
I don't care. King Henry is. If anybody's dangerous, he is dangerous. And last time I checked, what did they do against the run game against Aaron Jones? Not Rodgers, Jones.
Yeah.
Did they get touchdown?
You're right.
Exactly. So now imagine a guy who is 6 feet 8 inches, 235 pounds.
So this is going to be Dalvin Cook versus Derrick Henry game, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I say Titans.
I say Titans too.
I say Titans 31-24.
31-24?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins ain't throwing that many touchdowns.
I think it's going to be a Dalvin Cook game.
Oh.
But it all depends on how he deals with Clowney, because Clowney's very good at stopping the run. He's a good run stopper.
Clowney was holding his breath last time I seen him. His hands were on his hip.
I didn't see week 2, so I can't. I'm most likely gonna watch it probably later on tonight before I.
Yeah. No, I'll go with the Titans too. I'll go 24. I'll go 24-17. Get it all out. Jeez.
Just had to blow my nose there, my bad.
Oh, we need some supporters, man. Get this guy some proper Kleenexes because that was disgusting. I need some people to give some donations. Boy, proper Kleenexes.
49ers versus Giants.
Oh, come on.
49ers roll that one.
Come on. That's 42-10. 42-10, okay?
I say, yeah, I go 42-10.
You lost your best player.
Saquon, yeah.
And you never had a wide receiver. Who's getting the ball in the run game?
Darius Slayton. He's their young receiver. They still got Sterling Shepard. Evan Ingram. Don't sleep on Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram is sleeping on himself because they haven't done anything the last 2 games. Let's be honest. Come on.
Daniel Jones, he fumbles the ball a lot. And I feel like it's going to show its ugly head again this week.
And he, you can at least count, for every, 3 scoring drives, one of them he's going to throw an interception.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally, you're going to be marching down the field, and there's going to be an interception sooner or later. And that's what made
Baby Eli.
He's scrambling Eli. He's Eli 2008. he can actually run too. Like he's tall, he's fast, but keep the ball, man. Come on, man. Give your defense some help. I don't know.
Cincinnati versus the Eagles.
Ooh. Well, I have two scenarios. If Burrow wins that game, Cincinnati has a diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
If Carson Wentz loses that game, they need to buy Nick Foles back.
No, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is right there.
Jalen Hurts.
I like Jalen Hurts, but it's like I'm rooting for the Eagles, but I also.
Yeah, I told you it's hard, man. It's hard.
I'm gonna say Eagles. I'm gonna say Eagles. 21-17 Eagles.
21-17.
Yeah.
You think what's going to go 0-3? Golly, the Bengals.
Yeah.
Joey Burrow, first round draft pick out of LSU.
Yeah.
State champion.
Yeah.
What, NCAA MVP? Everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like this is Wentz's game where he has to show up.
They're losing this game. I'm telling you right now, they're losing this game. They're losing this game. It's gonna be like a field goal. It's gonna be like a field goal win, so like maybe 3 points. Probably 23-20.
Okay, 23-20.
Yeah. Since I want the Bengals to win, I just want Burrow to win a game. Then he can just come on, Burrow. Should we beat?
Steelers versus Texans.
Ooh. Steelers.
I'm going Steelers. I'm not happy with the Texans. The last 2 weeks, one versus the Ravens, one versus the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, those are some tough competition, though. Like, come on.
But even like,
no, they were
Deshaun Watson, he wasn't able to do much versus the Chiefs, and we saw what's his name was able to do. Herbert, we saw what Herbert was able to do against them. So it's like that offense isn't good, man.
I know.
Like Deshaun has to be perfect. He has.
That's you said it right there perfectly. If Deshaun doesn't complete every throw or doesn't scramble for every yard, they're losing the game, which is crazy.
Having DeAndre Hopkins just made life a whole lot easier. He doesn't have that. He just has Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller, whatever is left of David Johnson. Like,
he scored the first touchdown in the NFL this season. That's got to count for something.
Yes, what did he do afterwards?
Nothing. He went back to Carolina. North Carolina, Arizona. GURPS. Yeah, no, 100%. I'm definitely giving that to
Steelers?
To the Steelers. TJ Watt.
Do you think it's close?
Well, Ben Roethlisberger, it's not. They got smoked by Baltimore.
I say 38 or 31-28.
31-28.
Yeah. I think Deshaun's gonna will his team to a close game, but
he's gonna be coming from behind, but he's not gonna get within a touchdown. So I'm thinking 31-24. 31-24.
Okay,
yeah. Because man, that steel curtain is coming back. Like
and they got what's his name? Minka Fitzpatrick. He's a very good safety.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right. New York Jets versus Indianapolis Colts.
I'll give my Colts a win. I'll give the only quarterback over 39 that hasn't won a Super Bowl. I'll give.
They got a good team.
I'll give him, that new running back. What's his name? The one that he's the rookie. I added him on Instagram.
On the Colts.
On the Colts, yeah.
I don't know his name because Naheem Hines, is it?
No. Colts running back. He just came recently. He was just drafted recently. Jonathan Taylor. Woo!
Okay.
That guy is a weapon. Yeah, no, he's dope.
Yeah, so we both got Colts.
I'm saying Colts against the
Jets.
Jets it's going to be probably 21-10.
21-10, okay.
And that 10 is going to come from field goals. So maybe 21-12. They're not going to score a single touchdown. They're not going to score a touchdown. it's the
Very interesting.
it's the Jets. Come on.
All right. Moving
What about
on.
you?
I say the same thing. 21-10.
Okay.
21-10, I'll go with. Carolina Panthers versus LA Chargers.
Christian McCaffrey's gone. Chargers.
Yeah, that
Chargers.
kind of went without saying. No
Yeah.
McCaffrey.
No W.
Yeah.
That's how it is, man.
What's the score, though?
The Chargers, I don't know what their safeties look like, but I think one of them can get a couple of touchdowns, 14-21.
21-14.
Yeah, 21-14, sorry.
Okay.
21-14, yeah.
All right, Chargers 21-14.
Wait, who do you think is playing, though? Is Herbert or...
I think Herbert's playing because I think Tyrod's still dealing with the injury.
Near death experience.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Detroit Lions versus Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I'm going Cardinals.
Cardinals. Next.
35-14.
I agree.
This is a good one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Denver Broncos. And this is in Denver where historically Brady doesn't play well.
Yeah, he doesn't play well with what? The fans. There's no fans.
In Denver, the mile high. The air is lighter up there.
There's nothing higher than Connecticut, which is where he was living, Mr. New England.
I say Buccaneers win that, though.
Actually, I say Broncos.
Really? No Drew Lock, no Cortland Sutton.
No, nothing. I want Shannon.
You're just a hater. You're just a hater. Here it is.
Brady to win.
Buccaneers 28 to Denver 14.
Dang, that's a big difference. I say Denver 14. No, Tom Brady scores many touchdowns. He doesn't. I say Denver. It's got to be a close 27-24. Field goal, baby.
Here it is, guy. All right. Primetime one. I assume this is America's game for obvious reasons because of who's playing. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Stop it.
Whenever the Cowboys play, it's always going to be the America's game of the week.
I know. Listen, after what we just said about Russell Wilson.
I go Seattle.
You think Russell Wilson's – I mean, we're going to say it's going to be Russell Wilson versus the Cowboys. Let's not even talk about the whole team of Seattle's.
42-28.
Yes. More. Almost 50. Probably 50.
I feel a lot of those Cowboys points are going to come from behind points.
Yeah, exactly. I can already tell you the first two touchdowns are going to be two bombs. 2 50-yard bombs to DJ Metcalf. Game over. Call it a wrap. Mr. Unlimited. Let's go. Let's
go. The Sunday night football game, the Saints versus the Packers.
Say it.
The New Orleans.
I'll ask you. Go. What's this guy going to say? He's going to say the Packers.
I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers.
This guy's a madness.
This
is a madness. Wow.
I think Devontae Adams is going to cook Marshawn Lattimore. Yeah, he's going to do what Mike Evans couldn't do.
Really?
Yeah. That's how
you realize that Marshawn Lattimore, like I said, he plays to the level of his competition.
All right. Well, we'll see.
And we have Jackrabbit.
We'll see. But I got the Packers winning that. I think Aaron has a good game. I think Aaron Jones has a good game.
Against the Saints, who haven't allowed 100-yard running back.
He'll be getting a lot of his stuff out of the passing game. That's how I feel.
Against Jackrabbit. This guy is a madness.
Yep.
Okay. So what's the score? So what's the score you think it's going to be?
35-28. 35-28. Y'all still don't have Michael Thomas. You're lucky I'm giving you 28 points.
So, okay. So you think we don't have Alvin Kamara? You think we can't run the ball? You think we don't have, Jared Cook? Taysom Hill?
We'll see.
Oh my gosh,
Who?
it's gonna be a close game though.
What do you got? What do
I'm
you
not gonna
got?
disrespect Aaron Rodgers. I'm not gonna disrespect Aaron Rodgers. This is
What
gonna
do
be
you got?
34-31
34-31.
or 35-31. Yeah. Tom, I feel like the Saints being knocked, like being basically slapped in the face with that loss by the Raiders, is gonna wake them up. And I don't know if they can stop Alvin Kamara. I don't know if Jair Alexander can stop what's it called? Can stop Alvin Kamara. Sorry.
Okay.
You really beat me.
Okay.
It's madness. It's a madness.
All right. And now we have the Monday night showdown. This is probably the game of the season. This is Lamar versus Mahomeboy.
My homeboy.
Kansas City Chiefs versus Baltimore Ravens.
Honestly, they should just take both defense off the field.
Boy, I have to go with the Ravens. We were talking about it earlier, but I feel like this is if Lamar had a game circled on his calendar, I feel like this is the game. Because I know he kind of feels like, if it was him versus the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, he would have gotten to the Super Bowl.
Put it away.
He probably feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, in the playoffs, the Chiefs has really dodged the Ravens. You know, they went up against.
They dodged the Patriots and they dodged the Ravens.
True.
They went against the Titans instead.
I feel like they would have destroyed the Patriots, but they went up against. They dodged the
Ravens. Yeah.
And the way Lamar's playing right now. Ooh!
I say
I'm going with the Ravens too. I'm going with the Ravens too.
I say 42 to 31. 42 to 31.
Where's the defense?
42 to 31. I think Marcus Peters is gonna get a pick six. I think Marcus Peters is gonna catch Mahomes slipping.
I know, because
he likes to jump on a lot of those first looks. On double boost, he always bites on those.
So, but who's he picking though? Is he picking Sammy Watkins?
I think it's a Sammy Watkins play.
Okay, because I was gonna say if it was, he's not catching Tyreek Hill. He's too big to.
They better not put him anywhere near Tyreek. That's all
exactly. if Michael Thomas can burn him, what do you think? Yeah. What do you think Tyreek Hill can do to Peters? And Travis Kelce's just too big. So yeah, it's either Sammy Watkins or something Robinson?
Demarcus Robinson.
Demarcus Robinson, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of those throws to them, possibly. If he's gonna get a pick, it's gonna be from that too. But yeah, I want to go for Ravens too, man. I'm saying I won't say it's that high. It's 34-31.
34-31. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it comes down to a last-ditch effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a come from behind, but then maybe gets a field goal and then they win.
Okay.
Yeah. So 34-31.
Interesting.
Did you mention the Patriots yet?
Yeah, that was one of the first games I mentioned. The Raiders versus the Patriots.
Oh yeah, of course, standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you wanna discuss before we wrap things up?
I mean, other than just the inception of this this round table, so to speak, this BNT connection, this BT football, you know. This is amazing. I'm so happy we're actually finally getting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is our test run. The first run is always, whatever.
Just the feel out. The feel
out. Later on, we'll know how long we want to let it go on for.
We could have a 1-2 guests up in here. So.
1-2, a couple of people we can talk to, and then we can be able to narrow down our conversations just so we don't go too much, because a lot of the conversation we can have top 10 this, top 10 that, or you know what I mean? So that conversation would just be about that. So we don't stray too far away. But yeah, no, this is sick. Plug your boy in. This is Brandon Andrew. You can find him at Instagram.
Yes.
What's your Instagram?
It is the Brandon Andrew. The B is 6 in the name.
Yeah.
BTHE 6 Brandon Andrew.
Yeah. Fire on. You don't use Facebook anymore, do you?
Hardly.
You can find him either working, making ice cream, or
Yeah.
rooting for his Patriots.
What about you, Big T? Where can they find you?
It's Instagram. Everybody still gets my Instagram wrong. It's
Dem
Dem ones, not Dem Ones. It's DEMNEZ1. Either working out or
Yes, Mr. Nobody Cares, Work Harder. The
I know,
Black
right?
Spartan.
Yeah, he remembers.
I remember.
Completely stole that from Lamar Jackson. Ever since he had that shirt, I was like, yep, nobody cares.
Work harder.
For sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, this is going to be sick. I'm excited for this season. I pray everything goes well, COVID-19 and all.
Yes.
Social injustice and all.
Yes. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
I know. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Fight still continues.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully, the family can get justice. Maybe not us, but the family. God can give them some justice, all day. All day.
Forever. Wakanda. You already know. But yes, please leave whatever thoughts you have in the comment section below. Yes, I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're even still here, we appreciate you guys for sticking through.
Absolutely. And
yes,
we'll see you.
Leave in the comment section our name. Give us a name. If you like the Redzone Roundtable, or if you like the BT Sports Podcast, or you got something else, leave it in the comments, please.
Exactly. And when's our next one?
You'll most likely be reconvening again next week, hopefully a day in advance, so we have a little bit more time to hash out things, see how we want to set up the podcast. Exactly. That's true. After this, I'm probably going to go work out while I'm watching the game, so. All righty then. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Peace.